Pryor Tigers made it all the way to the 5A quarterfinals last year. They went 8-4 on the season, primarily running the ball. They had trouble on passing downs, and that's really what held them back from taking the next step. This summer, they're working to change all of that. Jason Freeman, head coach of the Tigers, has been installing a new passing offense because he understands that you're going to have to be able to pass the ball in certain situations. With that in mind, the Pryor Tigers went up to Derby, Kansas to compete in the National Select 7-on-7 qualifier for a national tournament taking place later on next month in Hoover, Alabama. The Tigers did not fare well during their trip to Derby, Kansas. They went 0-5 in pool play, losing to Rose Hill, Wichita East, Westmore out of Oklahoma, Blue Valley, and Capon Mount Carmel. Now, 3 of those games were decided by 10 points or less. Then in bracket play on Saturday afternoon, they faced off against Trinity Academy. They had a chance to win that game, but fell in the end 29-23. The Tigers come back to Oklahoma 0-6 for their trip to Derby, Kansas. But Freeman is not upset with how his Tigers fared up in Derby because he understands that there's a bigger picture in play here, and that's to establish a passing offense when the situation calls for it this fall.
I really think got out of it what I wanted. Do we like to win and beat people? Sure, but what I wanted is to throw the ball in a competitive environment, with Brennan and then our receivers, and really find some guys that we can trust and that he's comfortable with and throwing the ball in certain situations. Because when we get to where we want to get, district championship, semifinals, whatever, you're going to have to complete some passes in tough situations. So I think we got out of it what I wanted. And then defensively, we got some young guys in the secondary, especially our safeties, that have to come along. And they've gotten better, but got out of it what I wanted.
Like Freeman talked about, if the Tigers are going to reach their ultimate goals, which is to not only win the district championship, but be competing for a state championship, they got to be able to pass the ball. Will they be able to do that this fall? We'll have to wait and see, but they're definitely taking the right steps to installing that new offense and that new element to the primarily rushing offense that the Tigers had so much success with last year in 2013.
Tigers on 3, 1, 2, 3, Tigers!